What's up, guys? T5 Administrator here. I just wanted to talk about just hero shooters, like how I feel about them, because I don't really post a lot of it. Really, I mean, I did um a pretty short series of Overwatch stuff, but I mean, I don't really enjoy Overwatch a lot. So you're gonna see a lot, going on and off with Paladins gameplay and Lawbreakers gameplay. So that's what you're gonna see as like the gameplay, because I don't really enjoy playing Overwatch as much as these two games, especially Paladins. Paladins is a lot of fun, but like I don't know, hero shooters to me, a lot of the people, like my friends in real life, more casual gamers, just don't really like them, honestly, because a lot of the time, especially Overwatch, it's just not really all that accessible for like a casual gamer. You gotta have, in order to be pretty decent at Overwatch, you gotta have a decent amount of hours in with certain characters to really master that character. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's what I've heard from people, and that's why they don't really enjoy playing them. I love that about the game. I love the characters themselves. That's why I like hero shooters, not because of the gameplay, because it's still a shooter, and most of the time the time to kill is a little slow, and certain shooters, are more like ability based with the characters, like Paladins, or more, faster time to kill, super fast paced gameplay like Lawbreakers. But then you have Overwatch, and this is why people like it so much. When you play the game, when you play Overwatch, you almost feel like you're playing a completely different game when you're playing a different character on Overwatch. When you're playing a different member of Overwatch, they all have different personalities, and they all, you feel like you should play differently with these characters, not because of their abilities or anything like that. Well, yes, but sometimes their personality. Like when you're playing with Roadhog and you only got like 200 health left, you're not thinking, oh, let me get away, I'm gonna, die, unless you're a super tryhard. But Roadhog literally calls himself a one-man apocalypse. You're rushing in there with your chain and shotgun trying to smack some boys, okay? But that's what makes the game so fun. The characters, and even Lawbreakers kind of has that down. No hero shooter has that down better than Overwatch. The characters seriously feel like they have so much color. They're so colorful. They have so much personality. Lawbreakers has it down a little more, but Paladins doesn't really have that. But my thing with Paladins, I feel like Paladins has the best gameplay out of the three. If you're looking for like medium pace, not stupid fast, but not too slow. And Paladins doesn't really rely on supers and big explosions. It doesn't treat itself like a Michael Bay movie, whereas Overwatch, it relies a lot on your supers. Your supers, timing them right, can turn a whole game around. It's the same thing with Lawbreakers. You can take, if you're running Gunslinger and you use your super or your ultimate move, you can pretty much take a whole team off of an objective super quick. If you're running Juggernaut and you pull your ult and start mauling guys down with your shotgun, you can take a whole team off an objective super quick, just because of how much health Nash, or the other Juggernaut, I'm not sure, I don't really know the name off the top of my head, just because of how much health the Juggernaut class itself has, let's just say that. So with Paladins, it's more ability based, timing your small abilities and chaining them together to do the most damage that your character can do. Period. Like you'll see when I'm playing with Leanne, I boom, slide, and then start shooting, and that does a lot of damage. The slide does damage, and it heals me. So most of the time when I really like when I see a stationary target playing as Leanne, I hit like, yeah, that one. That. I don't know the complete name of that. Okay, but there's like a heavy shot, a super heavy shot, and a regular old shot. Okay, so I hit the heavy, the super heavy, like the ult. The ult. See, the ult only killed one person. But what I'm trying to get at here is that games like Paladins, especially because it's made by the same studio in Hi-Rez that made Smite. Smite has a meta that is ability-based characters and basic attack-based characters. I learned this from Amanda, okay, because Amanda plays a lot of Smite. So certain characters do better if you chain together their abilities, like I do in Paladins a lot with Leanne or Cassie. Those are like my two favorites right now. And certain characters do better if you just basic attack. Now Leanne, she's got a pretty good basic attack with her rifle, but she does stupid damage when you chain together her abilities. Paladins, pretty much all the characters, if you chain them together correctly, you're gonna do a lot of damage. Whereas something like Smite, which is not really a hero shooter, it is a MOBA, but I'm just Hi-Rez. That's why I'm saying this. That's just the style of the game. Overwatch relies a lot on supers and ultimates. Lawbreakers relies a lot on fast-paced movement and getting your movement down and also timing your abilities correctly. If you get your movement down in a game like Lawbreakers, you're pretty much going to be king. Once you get your movement down, there's not really much a team can do against you just because you can move around the map so well and you're such a hard target to hit. You in the gravity zone is like Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring. You're just so hard to hit that it's just not much they can do to combat you. And that's a skill that, you know, good Lawbreakers players have. So, I mean, I'm just speaking my mind about hero shooters themselves, but I really enjoy hero shooters, especially for the characters, like I said. Like, it's not really the gameplay, but it's more, really what makes hero shooters so fun is both, really. I mean, a lot of the time, a lot of these hero shooters have their own style of gameplay, and they happen to be some of the most fun shooters you can play. You know, Battlefield, you guys know that's kind of my roots, okay? I don't really do it anymore, but at one point, I still am a very exceptional player, but at one point, I was what you would call a freak on Battlefield, okay? But that game was really fun for, like, the military feel and, you know, communicating with your squad and, you know, clearing out objectives and feeling like you were, like, really there in the military. That's really the appeal of things like Battlefield and Call of Duty. Communicating with your teammates makes you feel really good. It makes you feel like you're really, you know, fighting terrorists or, you know, trying to get a bomb planted and beat out a counter-terrorist squad. But with hero shooters, it's like, it's not that. It's the feel of them, the character, like the colorfulness of them. If you have a hero shooter these days, an arena hero shooter like Paladins, Overwatch, Lawbreakers, like them three, you need to have colorful characters that stand out and, you know, really tell things about themselves. Honestly, the only game that really does this well in the, you know, tactical military genre of shooters is Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, there's not really much backstory on the characters. You don't know a whole lot about them like Overwatch that has, you know, they have some of the best, you know, characters of all the games that I've even talked about. But they're just fun, you know. Some of the characters just being made into memes, like Lord Tachanka, the Lord himself, like Glass, the laser sights meme, you know, what's in the canister? Like, that's That's awesome. You can find out, really, if you really look into Rainbow Six Siege, you can find out little things about characters. Like Echo is actually a really lazy guy. He's not, you know, he doesn't like working super hard. I mean, when you throw out his drone, he literally says, why should I do the work when I can just let my drone do it? And he's a lazy guy, and him having a drone, a camera that he can just stun people with and sit in the objective and chill is something that, you know, really caters to his personality. And you can figure this out with, you know, their gadgets too, their personalities. Thermite is a very, you know, America guy. You know, he's in the FBI, he's a SWAT agent, and he likes blowing stuff up. He's America. Like, that's Thermite. You know, there's certain things, certain little cues in Rainbow Six Siege tell about the characters, and the characters are one of the things that make that game awesome. I don't think Rainbow Six Siege would be as big as it is. It wouldn't be as fun as it is without the characters. You know, the operators. Ash Hitbox being a meme. The Lord himself, Tachanka, is a meme. Doc the Lord. I made a video called Doc the Lord. And I buffed myself up to 140 health, put on some Rook armor, and ran outside the objective with the GIGN shotgun and was wrecking people. And it would not be nearly as fun if I couldn't call him Doc the Lord, if he didn't have a name that clicked in my head. It wouldn't have been nearly as fun. Because then I would have said, this shotgun is good, or wow, this shotgun. It would have had nothing to do with the character. That's why Rainbow Six is cool. You know, when you do something cool, you don't think, oh, this gun is awesome. This is awesome. Oh, this is awesome. You think, wow, this character is coolest thing ever. And that's what, honestly, that's what hero shooters have. The heroes. Hero shooters are so popular because the gameplay is awesome. I will be the first to admit that, as somebody who really, he plays a crap ton of shooters. He does play a little bit of sports games. I mean, I play UFC, I play Madden, and I play NBA 2K. But that's really it. You know, I do, don't get me wrong, I play the rest of the stuff, but not nearly as much as I play shooters and I play sports games. And fighting games, I love Injustice, Street Fighter. So, yeah, like, hero shooters are as popular as they are because the characters, I mean, I like them as much as I do because the characters make the game feel very alive. Like, you have someone to look up to in these games. You know, you just have such a feeling, like such a satisfactory feeling when you play with these characters. It's a very hard thing to explain. You only know if you play and enjoy a lot of hero shooters. But that's all for today, guys. Peace out. I kind of went on a tangent. I was all over the place in this video, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Just the characters. The characters.